And every time that we, ooh.
I wonder if the words licky-pad have ever been used on your podcast before.
Probably have.
Licky-pad.
It's actually I actually have a tram stamped
licky-pad.
right about there.
That should be a tattoo on your scrotum. Licky-pad.
Don't tell me what to do with my body art.
I won't.
I just watched the. I've been trying to get into Curb Your Enthusiasm, but it's not a streamable show. It's a once a week show.
Yes.
Because it's like, oh, and then Larry does something dumb, but like over and over and over. It's just like, fuck, man.
No, you can't binge on Curb Your Enthusiasm because it's so uncomfortable.
Right.
Well, and that's the glory of the show.
It's wonderful, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, we get it. You're a bad person.
Yeah, you can't.
It's hilarious.
You can't watch that show. You can't watch too many of that show in a row. It's too much. It's like Black Mirror. Right,
which is another show that I really need to get into.
You honestly, man. This is what Sivan and I would do for Black Mirror episodes. We'd know what kind of state our brains would be in after watching one, which is why we would always watch an episode of Bob Ross.
Of course.
As soon as it was over, as a nice sorbet, a nice palate cleanser.
After dinner mint.
A nice, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. I mean, we're not going to be all right. No. Everything is not going to be okay.
No.
But for 26 minutes and 30 seconds, let's pretend it is.
Right.
And then go to bed with sugar plums and teddy bears in our brains.
Where is Bob Ross?
He's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix?
Fuck yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 104 of CONSERVATISH.
Damn, son.
I work so hard.
You do.
I'm a very hard-working boy.
You're a hard-working guy.
Of course, I also don't have a new dog, so,
right.
you know.
Which we may or may not be hearing very shortly after she finishes the licky-pad.
The anal treat.
I will say that Peter Feliciano is making history in this household as being the first one of my friends that's successfully come into this house and not been viciously barked at as if you were the boogeyman of all boogeymans.
Which not only denotes like how dumb she is, because I am the devil, but
yeah.
Also, no, I'm a treat to be around. Dogs actually normally like me, which is exactly when she'll start barking.
Right.
But
right. And she's hacking up peanut butter as we...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 104. You can find my new album, over at Spotify, at iTunes, not on SoundCloud, on everywhere. CD Baby is the best place because you just buy it right there, download the MP3s, and then play it on whatever the hell you want.
Yep.
But also iTunes right there, Google Play, Spotify, everywhere. Just go listen to it and share it with your people because it's very good. And I'm the devil.
And look at the video. The video is so good.
Oh, the video for That's Why You've Got Haters.
Dude, it's so good.
It's a great video.
It's a great video. In fact, Argent, right? Is that his name?
Ardent Imagery.
Ardent Imagery.
Christian Hernandez.
He actually emailed me yesterday.
Good.
Kind of following up, being like, hey, I'm here for you.
Right.
So,
you know who's going to do a video with him as well?
Who?
My father.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
My dad is a great salsa. He has a great salsa band called Latin Rhythm Boys. He's been on the show before. Everybody remembers him.
I was so delighted that Doug Rowan is part of his.
Oh, your new Doug?
Dude.
Everybody knows everybody, man.
Dude, it's and that's
this little community.
A bigger reason to never burn bridges as far as with music and people in the community you're in, because you're gonna end up playing shows or seeing them in some incarnation somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, I've played probably dozens of wedding gigs and showcases with Doug. Doug's great.
Yeah. So what he's saying is the album release party, I had my dad brought Hot Sauce, which is John Lee Hooker Jr.'s legendary album horn trio, on to play for my bald stupid ass.
That's great.
Also, you can find me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano. Where can people find you?
In the bushes outside your mom's house. I think I said that last time.
Licky-pad.
I'm preparing peanut butter on licky-pads. You can find me at jeffersonbergey.com. You can find me on the Facebooks, on the Twitters, and sometimes on the Instagram. I'm trying to get better with that.
You use Twitter a lot?
I'm more of a voyeur on Twitter than anything else. I tweet more funny dog videos and drunk people doing stupid shit.
Okay.
Like my Twitter's
like
purely,
a tosh.
Sure. Yeah. It's that's a good way of putting it. Without the completely offensive, sometimes not funny jokes.
He tries his best, though.
He tries hard.
I defend him trying.
No, I give him all the credit in the world. He's got bigger nuts than I do. But then again, I'm talking about licky-pads.
Right. So they can find that, and then your new single came out.
Yes, it's technically an EP, but it's 7 minutes long.
Okay.
Because there's a couple of songs in there that I call interludes that are less than 20 seconds.
And where can people find that?
Spotify, all the streaming services you can find it. And the newest song is called Always Up to Go Down. It's a country love duet about oral sex, performed with my friend Natalie Smith of a band called Cape Weather, who actually performed at the show as well.
Yeah, that
with
was
me.
great.
She sang "Come For Me" at the show, and Always Up to Go Down, which there's going to be a video being released of that song pretty soon. I can actually show you a little bit the draft of it. It's going to be a karaoke video.
Okay.
Using stock footage. And as my director of it said the other night, he goes, "Yeah, man." He goes, "It passed the stoner test the other night, which is good."
That's good.
But we have a few little tweaks and some things to add to it, which we're going to, and hopefully will be out in the next couple of weeks.
Right.
But then again, hopefully it'll be out in the next couple of weeks. Let's just say it's going to be out in the next couple of weeks.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We will share it. Thank you again for doing the show.
Fuck yeah,
thank you for spending time. I wanted to get at least my I couldn't get everybody, but I wanted to get my top, 6 people on the show. So I had Will on Monday's episode. That was 101. And then I had Pollo Del Mar, 102, that I just released
Where did she end up?
today.
How did that not come to fruition in the show?
Well,
I mean, it's none of my business.
I ranted about it on episode 100. But the reason why, and I told you about it, I had to bleep it off of the podcast before I did the show. But brick and mortar is horrible when it comes to communication. Day of, brick and mortar was great.
Sure,
nice people, good sound guy, blah blah blah.
Tyler, the front door guy, was really really nice too.
But the people communication up ahead of time, they fucked the shit out of us, and because of that, all our wires got crossed, and Pollo, unfortunately, was a casualty of that. She wanted to be on the show. I wanted her to be on the show, but she wasn't at the album release party. But she's on the newest episode that I just released today.
Dude, I will never forget. I'm jumping into. I just had this thought of seeing DJ Kevy Kev, like shaking his head and like hiding his face during parts of my set.
Yes. DJ Kevy Kev is a bad baby. He actually after the show, he's like, "Hey, I know it's a lot, but can you send me your vocal stems?" So he's gonna start because he was doing that stuff. Yeah, he's laying them into different songs.
Cool.
But yeah, it was such a conglomeration of people that I wanted to share the stage with and share a show with, and also. And I didn't realize this, and I know maybe, I'm getting better at it. But I think I actually did want people to have a good time, and that's where, like, my big heart, as my mother puts it. I think it was a success, right?
Dude,
I wanted it to be varied and wanted it to be strange and unique, but also accessible. And I think we did a fucking great job about it.
Dude, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and the feedback has been really great from it too. And I always like the feedback that I've heard people call it accomplice assault before.
What's that?
When somebody compliments you, but it's really kind of assaulting.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're actually good.
Right.
Like, or, oh, you were actually funny.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
That's
Thanks.
what I put on that little blurb. I was like watching people's faces go from "let's go support Pete's thing" to "oh shit."
What is
it's like? Yeah, I fucking told you motherfuckers. For years, I've been telling you motherfuckers.
Right.
So.
Okay, hold on. Let me give her something to chew on because she might get weird in a second.
I feel that way about lots of my ex-girlfriends. I know. Now she's just doing it to get something. Now she's just doing it because she's manipulating you. She knows that if she barks, she'll get something. I don't think she likes that thing. Peanut butter is fun. Peanut butter is very tasty. I had the time of my life. Yeah, I'm here for. I said, oh, it's G. I owe it all you. I've been waiting all my life. Something's all about to stand by me. All those haters all along, all the haters all along, fantasy.
All the writings on the wall.
Of course, you would have. Why don't you have?
Remember. That's shutting her up. I guess peanut
why
butter
not
does the
crunchy
job.
though? Because I feel like I'm more of a crunchy guy.
You're not
I want a crunchy and a strawberry with chunks in it.
You're also not a dog licking it off a piece of plastic.
You don't know my life.
That's true.
Fucking
I don't know.
judgmental.
I don't know how you how you vehicle food into your body.
Episode 103 coming out soon has Mr. David Walsh.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, he said that about you too.
He's like this. He's like a
leprechaun who just comes into your like a sprite.
I was
like
going to
flying
say
in
there's
and out.
something very like spiritually settling about when David is around.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
David's here like everything's cool. Everything's calm. Everything's great. Mm-hmm. He's a positive source of energy.
But it's not fake with Dave,
Fuck no.
that's what's weird. There's so many hippies, and I talked with him at length about this on the episode. So many hippies are just faux positive and faux supportive and just like, really they're talking themselves into it. They're talking other people into it. He's actually there and present, and he's practiced at it. And he's a natural. You know what I mean?
He's a great guy.
Great
Him in your video is so fucking great.
He was a calming energy.
Oh, he's so great.
Yeah.
And the idea of him being any sort of security is even funnier.
Right. I could see him busting out. You know what? I could see him. What would you think would be Dave Walsh's weapon of choice? I say
Kung Fu.
Okay, I say nunchucks. I think he would beat the fuck out of somebody. Or no, a bow staff.
Actually, knowing how David's energy and how peaceful and nice he is, I can see David being amazing on nunchucks while somebody else comes up from behind, jacks the person who's messing with him.
Yeah. Okay. I think him just standing 5 to 10 feet away with the nunchucks would intimidate the person, and they wouldn't want to know because Dave's face would not go, I'm in fighting mode. It would just be like his.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He would be speaking to the guy's spirit like, do you really want to do this?
Right.
I love you.
Right.
I don't think you want to do this at all.
And
your inner child wants you to put down the weapon.
Later at the hospital, the doctor asked the thug what happened. I don't know. I saw this guy. He had a ponytail, and I saw nunchucks and a purple light and a wolf. I think I saw a Patronus of a wolf.
And after he beat the shit out of me, he put $10 in my pocket to like buy me like food the next day or a ride home from the hospital.
And the doctor says that's right. He actually brought you here.
Right.
So he's in the
guy
waiting
like
room.
he's talking to the doctor. All of a sudden he looks to the left, and in the little seat, Dave's like, "Hey, buddy,
You okay?
No hard feelings, kid."
Dude, you're moving to New York on Monday.
On Monday.
So have you shipped all your shit out there?
No.
Like
anything that doesn't fit in the Civic is not coming.
I love that you're driving.
It's gonna be my music equipment and clothes. And maybe a box of knickknacks. Not knickknacks, but just miscellaneous stuff.
Sure.
All my knickknacks and stuff I'm actually dropping off to my brother's house after we're done here. And then we have a Nintendo that I'm giving to them, an old Nintendo that they're going to try to make it work. I don't think it will work.
Well,
I tried to make it work like 10 years ago.
They have to blow on the cartridges.
See, I blew on the cartridges.
All right. You got Blades of Steel? What do you got? What kind of games?
Maybe we can. Oh, we have Contra.
Excellent.
Super Mario 1 or 2, I think. And there's definitely a Zelda in there somewhere.
Great.
I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. But I remember, we grew up on that. You know what was you know where the good old days, the good old days? Nintendo 64. Mario Kart.
I did play some Mario Kart in college.
While you're a much older man than I am, still a young,
ancient.
a sweet boy.
Yes.
And while listening to Weird Al's Bad Hair Day on loop.
Yeah, that's a vivid memory that I do not have.
I'm going to say it right now. We may have talked about this before. Weird Al has some great original music.
We may have talked about this. I actually play one of his original songs.
Really?
Yeah, at
Which
my
one?
Scopo show. 1 More Minute.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Then spend 1 more minute with you.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather
lick I'd rather lick the bathrooms of Grand Central Station with my tongue. I'd rather jump into a giant pool of thumbtacks.
I like the one, Since You've Been Gone. I want to do that, dude. he's talking about since you've been gone, he's been in all these. I feel like I have an ice cream headache that won't go away. All this stuff like, and then at the very end, it feels almost as bad as I did when you were still here.
Yeah,
that's such a great fucking song.
And I was playing that song at Scopa one night, and I was prefacing it by saying, I'm going to play a Weird Al song. And this couple at the bar was like, oh my God, our song is a Weird Al song. And I'm like, is it 1 more minute? And they're like, they almost fell off their stool. So like, how did you know? I'm like, well, there aren't many other original Weird Al songs. No, there's only a few.
Yeah, there aren't.
But
I would love to see something out of character from him, just like a full-on no winks at the camera. Your song, the Snow White one.
Yeah, something like Snow White.
Fuck, man.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not saying that I don't appreciate your other music.
Sure.
But that one, when it comes out of nowhere, and you, especially, it's good that you preface it by saying, "Hey, this is not going to. There's not going to be any like.
There's no huge
bombshell
payoff in this one,
right? It's just going to be a sweet song.
It's more fun.
It's a fucking sweet song.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and it's actually fun to not even set that one up and just play it.
Oh, yeah.
Because then by the end of the song, everyone's like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I have other songs that are like that, and
Okay, let's get real. Do you feel like you
barking again?
Of course.
Let's see.
Do you feel like you have gotten? Do you at all? I'm not saying I judge you this way. Do you feel pigeonholed by writing? Like by body storytelling, because I know I sometimes do.
I mean, a little bit, but it's been by choice because it's been the only stuff that I've been actively writing on the regular.
Okay,
so it's like, do I feel pigeonholed by wedding gigs? Yeah, because I take a lot of them because they pay my bills.
Right.
So with body, I mean, I've loved doing it, and I would have never thought that coming on now 5 years, I would have 5 years worth of dirty songs to my name. But the other thing is, like, I think about, I have other songs that I'm working on that aren't about sex. And it's difficult because I don't want to be a political comedy music guy because that's lame.
Right.
There's only some stuff that works in the realm of music and comedy that's interesting. I guess I'm trying to break outside of the sex box.
Right.
To more things that are interesting, like my song Rhythm of the Road, which is about a drug deal gone bad. Mm-hmm. Like, I love playing that song.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with sex.
Catchy.
And it paints a weird picture.
And people like drugs as well as sex.
And I have a lot of experience with drugs, so I can write about them.
But do you feel like the box is even a bigger box of funniness in general?
I don't know. I mean, yes, because at the end of the day, the songs that I write, I want to be entertained by them.
Right.
Let me administer a little bit more peanut butter. 1 second. What?
Now it's just Now it's just a thing. Right. I bark, I get.
And honestly, I'm fine with this. I don't care if she takes that big liquid dump tomorrow.
Well, do you mind if I do that? That's the only question. Dude, do you want to talk about... we shouldn't... Yeah, fuck it. This is my podcast. I ate some sweet chili chips last night. A whole bag of them. Good Lord.
Fire in, fire out, buddy.
It wasn't the spiciness. It was the volume.
What?
It was the consistency. It's that disturbing... I was like... And it kind of looked like Red Rocks. Like, it kind of looked like red clay.
Not the venue. Because that would be quite breathtaking.
Actually, no, it did build up. There was a little enclave. It was there was a tiny Dave Matthews in there.
I took a dump. It looked like the Gorge.
All right. Actually, it actually sounded like John Tesh. Oh yeah, I forgot he did that. But what were we talking about before I started talking about my diarrhea?
Songs that aren't about sex.
So the box of funny.
The box of funny.
I feel like it was hard for me to cut off a couple of songs. It was hard for me to. Have you ever heard me do Barely Legal Blonde?
Yes.
Okay. It was hard to kind of let go of that one, but it felt right to do it.
I don't think in the Me Too movement, Barely Legal Blonde would probably translate all that well.
I'm fine with not translating.
It's
not that. I don't want to put myself where I tried to have a mix of like, okay, here's a creepy song. Okay, here's a funny but like a disturbing song. Okay, here's just a straight up funny song about some bitch in HR. Okay, here's this. Here's a sweet sweeping song. It's hard to do. I'm not saying that you have the desire to do it. Not that you should or you shouldn't, because I don't judge. You're fucking great.
Yeah,
so.
well, I appreciate that. And what it comes down to is I'm into entertaining myself with the songs that I write because I know I'm going to be playing them a lot. So if I'm not entertained with them in the first place, why the fuck? Why?
Right.
You know. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be funny for me to be happy with the song. It's just I'm more entertained by stuff that's a little bit more unusual than I am than just love songs or political protest songs. Because, I mean, there is room for me to write that kind of stuff, and I have written a few. Like, I wrote one after gay marriage was legalized. I wrote a song called Why You Huckabee in That Way. I'm not sure if you heard that. I remember that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is basically instead of calling someone a homophobe, you equate them to the biggest homophobe, Mike Huckabee.
Right.
And I say things like, may a unicorn urinate a rainbow on your face. So there's a lot, there's room for me to write things that are politically driven, but like I don't want that to be my thing because that's just, I mean, especially writing songs about Trump or anything, it just seems, it's just low-hanging fruit. Right. And it's like, and it's not that, unless you're Randy Rainbow,
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Randy Rainbow's crazy talented, man. He's this very flamboyant musical theater guy who started making these videos online of parody songs talking about talking about everything that was going on. And he was keeping up for a while, like every couple of weeks.
Yeah. He's just on YouTube, really.
Beautiful singer, great production in the videos, very funny, but very, very sassy from the left. Right. So so a lot of the stuff he does is a little on the predictable side. But it's great. In fact, he parlayed it into a tour as well. Nice. So he's like doing big. I think he's playing the Masonic.
Wow.
Yeah, he's playing like big places because he's gotten so much traction from doing that. But I can't imagine.
I can't imagine why I'm not doing it.
I can't imagine the pressure of like, oh God, and like watching the news and being like, oh, I need to come up with a song about Nancy Pelosi in impeachment now. You know, I need to come up with a song about William Barr being a piece of shit. Like, it's not driven by your own creativity. It's driven by the news and what's relevant.
Right. Do you feel? Because I think part of me. Maybe the biggest part just wants to write the songs I want to write about, and I like creepy shit and funny shit and all kinds of other. But part of me feels like being so fuck you to the rigmarole of the Bay Area songs about a guy or about a girl or about Trump or about peace that I just feel like going overboard. Like, okay, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna write a bunch of weird shit. I'm gonna lean into how kind of out of the loop. Or not out of the loop because I don't feel like I'm missing out. Yeah. But I just kind of, you know what I'm saying?
As you were saying that, I thought of an idea funny to write, like the most intentionally the most Bay Area song possible, where it's like trans rights, Black Lives Matter, I don't know, environment, go Warriors. And just like layer in like every Bay Area trope and positive thing and like no nukes and all that and have it be the song that there's no song there at all. All it's doing is high-fiving everything that everyone's high-fiving each other about around here.
It would be really fun to have the video for it.
Oh, Xena.
What kind of video would you like, Mama?
Xena.
To have the video be somebody like walking through the center.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I
get peanut butter. So if the video was walking through, or someone standing in the middle of the actual that licky-pad actually looks really tasty.
Right. I might move the yogurt in a second if the peanut butter isn't cut it.
Salty. She's gonna have some salty dumps.
I don't really care as long as we can do this. And she's. Again, this is like huge improvement.
Right. This is damage control, and it's better than Brenda's or whatever her name was, Linda coming over. Yes. What would be fun is in the video if you had somebody standing there or walking or something, and then the more with every line, there's something that comes up and stays there, and every line is something comes up and stays there, and something comes up and stays there, and it like they're for their most half of the song they're like, oh, this is fine, and then and then they have to kind of move out of the way, and then they have to kind of, so it's like they're getting smaller, and the space that they have to fit in order to be a Bay Area person just gets smaller and smaller, and so they're just like
Smart.
that would be fun.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like,
and that's not saying fuck all of those things, but it's like, and you have to, and then you also, oh my God.
Let me tell you an idea that I had that I never went forward with for multiple reasons, but picture this song and picture a song that's a very kind of vapid, kind of just plain song about like, you be you do exactly what you want to be. You can be anything. You can do whatever.
Right.
One of those songs, and have it be like a decent song that could be like for a Target commercial or whatever.
You too.
Write that 3-minute little song. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. For you two for a fucking credit card ad. You can be whatever you.
We can change the world.
Oh my God. Yeah. So imagine that kind of song, and the beginning of the song, I walk into the bathroom and I look at myself and I'm forlorn and I don't like what I see in the reflection.
Right.
I'm looking at my body and it's maybe like a little bit more chiseled than I am now. Just like, I have like the indentations of muscles on my stomach.
Right.
My arms look decent.
Right.
And I'm just not happy with who I am.
Right.
So the course of the video is a montage of me then eating and eating.
I like that.
And eating.
Right.
And by the end of the video, I got big old man tits, a big belly. I look like shit.
Right.
And I'm like, yes, this is who I want to be. The end.
Okay.
How do you think that video will be received?
It's
Am I fat shaming?
I would
Because I'm
love.
not.
Let's just mention something real quick about fat shaming. I want to chat with one of those people who is really serious about fat shaming and ask them. I want them to tell me that they think Chris Farley is as attractive as Brad Pitt. I want them to say it to my face.
Well, that's a big jump. I don't think that's totally what they're going for.
It's what they're going for with women. When the fat activists, because that's their name. That's not they're activists. When they have the microphone, they usually are talking about, like, if you're not attracted to me, it's because the society has told me. And I just want to say something. Sometimes it's because of butt smell. I just don't want to smell butt. Like, okay. Here's the thing. A fat girl may get all dolled up, sprays and showers and wash that kitty and all that shit, right? If you are so fat, you walk from the car to the club, you're sweating already. That's a problem. When you're gonna expect me to like bend you, I'm not attracted to the smell of poop sweat. Like, it's just not a.
Where are you getting the poop from?
Have you ever fucked a fat girl?
I have had sex with overweight women. Oh, Xena, come on, have some yogurt.
I deserve that, I guess. I'm really saying that when you it's more about utility than anything. It's not just purely taste. Like when you have to finger a girl, right? And you have to go for the clit, right? When you have to push a part meat to get to the clit.
Okay.
It's hard.
Okay.
With your songs, you're feeling bad now. This is like episode 5 you've been on.
No, I don't feel bad.
Okay.
I think that's just a matter of taste.
Yes, that's the point I'm going for.
Right? Because think of John Waters, man. John Waters loves like 500-pound women like sitting on him and stuff. He's like into like.
He's a homosexual man.
Yeah, but he surrounds himself with like.
Yeah, I think he likes their power and their divine at least.
So there you go. Like I don't think it's a purely like I don't think it's saying that. I don't know.
Do you want me to clarify? So let me clarify. What I'm saying is ultimately that's why I don't have that taste. But don't tell me I'm supposed to have a taste.
Okay, so I think that's what you're going for. Is that you feel like the people,
the fat activists are saying
that everyone is just as beautiful no matter what your taste is. Okay.
Which I understand not being actively, openly mean to somebody.
Sure.
But we don't have to keep the door so wide open that we don't like what we like. Or like as an example, the same kind of thing fits in with the some trans activists, not all, but some trans activists saying that if you're not willing to have sex with a lady who has a dick, you're a transphobe.
Oof.
Right? I'm saying let people believe what they believe. If you're more willing, like, okay, Frank Caliendo, maybe not Chris Farley, because Chris Farley has some star power and he was kind of more personable. Frank Caliendo from Mad TV.
Great voices.
Great voices, but he's not the charisma that Chris Farley had. So Chris Farley,
I don't know, man.
without any...
He does John Madden. I get too messing.
You could pump one out to his John Madden or his Bush. Pump one out of his bush is a good subtitle for this. But I think you know what I'm saying? Like if you actually ask one of those, which one are you more attracted to? There is a difference.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I don't like some heavier girls or whatever, but I'm saying like don't
force me to say that everything is the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I don't want to have a penis around my sexual party, that's okay.
Yeah.
Just like it's okay for a girl to reject a guy just because she's not attracted to him.
Yeah.
Same across the board. That's all I'm saying.
So what do you think about my video idea?
Which one was it?
About me intentionally getting fat.
I don't know
video.
if it would make anybody mad.
Well, I mean, the whole thing had to be shot backwards, too, because the idea I had was when I was overweight.
You would actually do it?
And I would actually... No, because it'd be backwards. Like, I would shoot the end of it first, where I'm like, I had my man boobies, and I had a belly, and I was bigger, and I would shoot that part first, like, yeah, I'm happy with all this. And then I would work the fuck out, lose the weight, and then shoot the beginning.
Right.
So
you would actually do it to your body. You would not wear any prosthetics.
That's why I didn't do it, because I already lost all the weight.
I see. You were a bigger boy?
I've gone through phases of being chunkier. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were a sweet waif boy your whole life.
Well, I've only been doing yoga for a year.
Oh no! Should I? God damn it!
Dude,
I keep getting recommended.
I've
already done hypnotherapy for a couple of times. Can't you people like let me be? Do I have to like work on self-love that deep?
Comparing hypnotherapy with yoga.
Hypnotherapy is not really like you're getting sleepy.
No.
All it is I'm too loud for this puppy.
She just keeps on running out of yogurt.
All it is all it is deep guided meditation. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Deep guided meditation.
Yeah.
Which normally I like to think or make believe that I hold on to, that I'm so anti-hippie, but I kind of been warming up to some. I mean, with friends like Dave Walsh.
I always say it during, because my inner hippie doesn't come out at fish shows. My inner hippie comes out when I'm teaching voice lessons. Because I will say, yeah, I know, Xena.
I know.
Let's see here. Let me put her in a crate.
Do you want to bite my hand? You can bite my hand if you want.
Hey, you're okay. It's me. All right, so that didn't work. Let's see. I'm just not going to feed you shit all day long to make you keep quiet. But I am right now.
I don't know how to love him. What's it all about? Jesus Christ Superstar is a great fucking musical, I have to say.
I don't know how to stop it from barking.
Try the licky-pad.
Really? You were so good. You're being so good. Come here.
Para carajo.
Come here. You're okay.
I don't want the thing now. I want the other thing.
Let's see what happens if I sit down and start talking again. She just stands over there, sits over there and barks.
I think she probably will.
Don't you think it's rather funny? You should be in this position. If I just sing Jesus Christ Superstar songs to you, dog, will you be okay? Everything's all right. Yes. Guess not. Guess not. Hold on.
What then to do about this xenomania? No, how do we feel about a loud barking dog?
She's like escaping me right now, too. Is it fun? Come here.
Maybe it's 'cause she is from India.
Come here. Let's go upstairs.
She's top of the pole.
Come on. Come.
Fools, you have no session. What's the word?
I don't know.
Have no, damn it.
We must crush him completely.
We should do it like Bowie. Fools, you have no discretion. It's all vibrato. And his weird eye.
I'm going to give you a bone, and we're going to go upstairs.
Bye, Xena. You.
Let's see how this goes. Let's go upstairs.
Ground control to Major Tom. I'm by myself right now, alone with the podcast. You want to just sit here and quiet for a second? I feel weird so far. I don't know why. I feel weird on this episode. I think it's possibly just because I've been running so ragged with this goddamn, with not just the album, but the podcast and the move. It's just too much. I'm doing too much. So like John before him, the Xena must die. Must die, must die, the Xena must die.
It's tough being a new parent.
Yeah, it is.
Trying to figure it all out.
You're doing a wonderful
She's a great
job.
dog. Dude, at obedience training last night, this is no joke, she got recognized.
Did you get a star or something?
So here's the story of the dog, which I don't know if I've told you or not. So she's from India. Sivan and I started looking, and one night this dog just popped up on Rocket Dog Rescue from San Francisco.
Nice.
And as soon as we saw the pictures, we're like, holy fucking shit, this stupid dog, we want it.
Right,
we want this dog. And so Sivan was the first one to apply for. Found out the next day this dog was still in India. And Rocket Dog Rescue has this great relationship with this tiny farm in India that's run by Americans. It's like a vegan, organic, all animals farm rescue. And her brother were orphaned as puppies and have lived their entire lives at this farm. For 2 years they've been there. Well, in India, they don't adopt dogs the same way they do in this country.
Right. You just steal the fucking thing.
Or they're looked at as garbage, you know?
Right.
So Rocket Dog already had one dog coming over to the States, and they said, we have room for another one. Is there another dog there that would be a good candidate? And she was the best one. Her brother was even more scared than she is.
Wow.
I know. So the dog went from a little tiny farm in India, had to fly to Delhi. From Delhi, flew to Qatar. From Qatar, flew to LAX. From LAX, the handler took both these dogs, drove them up to the Bay Area, and the next day, she was ours.
Good Lord.
So our dog has traveled farther than a lot of people will
Right.
have ever traveled.
And who pays for all that?
Rocket Dog Rescue.
God damn, man.
Yeah. Well, and also the farm did like a fundraising thing to help send the dog. And we found the dog's like profile on the Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we were crying. It was like so like we found her a home. She found her people. We've been sending them videos. They made a montage. I think you saw me.
I saw the montage. Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't even. I was a mess watching it because it's a perfect just love story, you know.
Right.
So last night we go to this obedience class, and this woman stops us and goes, "Oh my God, did you just adopt that dog?" And Sivan's like, "Yeah." She goes, "Is that dog from India?" Sivan's like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh my God, a friend of mine was trying to get that dog. We saw that dog online and blah 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 blah."
Better
We're
protect her now.
like, well, she's ours, so back the fuck up.
Nunchucks, Dave. Bring them.
No, but it was really sweet. It was like, wow, like
Right.
this is strange.
This is a very popular pup.
Whose dog gets recognized for being
Right.
a cute dog on a website?
That is very cool.
It's weird. Anyway, sorry, enough about the dogs.
What? No. What's the timeline look like for her to get a little more relaxed?
Could take a couple months,
Okay.
but then again, we've had her for a month and a week now,
Okay.
And this today, what just happened, is a huge step forward than where things were 2 weeks ago.
Savon, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It took me. Okay, I'm sorry.
magic, just magic. So it could take a while.
Right.
And we're totally cool with that because she's our dog.
Right.
And we're gonna do what we can to try to make her feel safe and give her good training and be.
She's snuggly?
Oh, dude, she's the cuddliest. Like she. This is what she'll do. She'll walk up to you and she'll go.
Ah.
And then she turns.
Right.
So she when she puts her head straight into you,
Right.
like that means that look out, my belly's coming up next.
Right.
And we've actually
Smart girl.
we've been feeding her so much we've seen that we've put a couple pounds on her already.
She still looks pretty tiny.
Yeah, well, she was kind of ribby when we first got her, so. Not trying to skinny shame our dog.
No,
man.
I'm sorry. I
mean,
apologize.
everyone should think she's cute.
Of course. She is cute.
She's cute.
But if she got fat, she'd be cool. She'd be way cool. Except for walking up this fucking hill.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus Lord.
Usually, when it's just the two of us, we sprint up the hill. She's gotten to know when I say, "Do you want to go home? You want to go home? Let's go home." And then we fucking run. And that is like, I was saying to you before, we don't know. She doesn't know how to play yet. She has no fucking idea. We throw a ball at her. She's like, "I don't give a fuck." Like sock? No, I don't care. Nothing. But if we can get her running, tongue's hanging out of her face, she's galloping, wind in her fur. So
I feel like playing would be just a natural thing.
it is with other dogs. We bring her to the dog park and she kind of scopes dogs out and she'll
Who wants to play, right?
and she'll run around
Right.
and that's cool. But like as far as that's like a formative thing in like the first like couple of months of being a dog is if you don't have that kind of play, you don't understand it. The cement dries
Right.
over that kind of part of their brain. I mean, unless there's a dog trainer out there that's going to show me differently, but like, you know, Sivan got the bark boxes that they advertise on podcasts.
Bark box.
It's like it's a box you get every month. It's like a subscription service, so they give you toys and treats.
Oh, right.
And every fucking toy we've got,
Nothing.
We
No
like.
hits.
She's like, I don't care what that is.
That
What do you?
sucks.
What?
Right.
So, it's okay. We'll see. It'll take time, but we're invested, and I've always said that my life after music is going to be dogs in some way, shape, or form.
Now, what does after music look like to you?
Well, until when I get sick of doing the shit that I'm doing now. I mean, I'm always
Okay.
going to write songs and put music out there.
Right.
And I think that's what the Patreon is going to kind of turn into, is this is going to be the reservoir for me to put out more music.
Right. What about if you were making enough in whatever capacity that you took away the weddings and the cover stuff? Although that's fun in its own way, it doesn't serve your outside of monetarily.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple of cards given out or CDs or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you ever promote your personal stuff with the cover bands?
No.
Okay.
No, the closest thing that ever happens with that, well, it would probably put a lot of the gigs I have in danger when you think about it, you know? Be like,
or you'd have
I'm
to just do
sorry.
it on the sly. You'd have to do it on the sly.
The guy who's we hired to sing Ed Sheeran songs at our wedding has a song called Happy Fistiversary.
Right.
How do we feel about that?
Right.
But
It's a kid's song.
Fortunately, I've received zero pushback. The only thing that has happened, strangely enough, is I've had a few clients for wedding gigs hit me up and say, "Hey, we just found one of your songs online. We found your body storytelling performance of the song about Superman. Will you stick around after the wedding and play that for some of our friends?"
Wow. Very
I'm
cool.
like, no.
Okay.
Because I want to get the fuck out of there, you know?
that's true.
And there's a price for everything. So I didn't want, I'm
Exactly.
already making money off of them. And,
Exactly.
if Elton John still plays corporate gigs for whatever, well, that may not last very long, but everyone has a price.
Yeah,
So-
I had a couple of people one time at Amelie Wine Bar asked me to stay, and I was like, okay, and they were like, here, $20. I was like, okay, I'll do a song for 20. So I think I did 5 more songs. I made $100.
Great.
So I was like, fine, whatever.
Good.
But yeah, so okay, if you took away all the wedding stuff, and you were supporting yourself,
Creatively.
yeah.
Well, part of it is I'm not nuts about the idea of going on the road endlessly.
Right.
I don't want to be on the road all the fucking time.
Right.
And the kind of stuff that I do, it would be probably guesting in comedy shows or variety shows. because I don't know if I have the patience or bandwidth to put together a band that I can pay and travel around with.
Right.
Like that just seems like, I mean, I'm approaching 40 years old. That just doesn't seem like the most comfortable way for me to be spending my time.
You understand why I'm pushing in this direction of line of questioning?
Well, kind of.
Because I don't want you to fucking quit, cocksucker.
I'm not gonna.
You piece of shit.
I'm not gonna quit.
We need fucking soldiers on the goddamn front line. You and I are the only ones out here doing fucking weird shit.
I know. Okay, I'm not.
God damn it.
Let me rephrase. I'm definitely not quitting.
Okay.
I just need to figure out a different. Like, you know, a lot of comedians right now, at least a lot of the ones that I've met in the Bay Area, have like decent day gigs, and then they just hustle at night and do comedy stuff. Like, I like that idea, but I also like my home, and I want to spend time with Sivan, and I want to spend time with my dog now, and I want to do things that are like a little more conventional, as opposed to dumb. And also, I don't really think I have the ego for it. I don't.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
A couple of things.
Yeah, go ahead.
Couple of things.
Go ahead.
Are you insulting me? No. Because I do. But I'm also a very sweet boy. I'm a very nice boy.
Yes, you are. And
the center of the universe, but I'm a very nice center of the universe. No. Okay, but the bigger point is, and I'm not saying this just to whatever, but part of the reason why these why these comedians have serving gigs and all these day jobs is because San Francisco ain't where it's at to support yourself monetarily. Yeah. It's New York or it's LA mostly, and it's New York for stand-ups anyway.
Yes.
And I don't know where it is for music, but that's why I'm going to goddamn New York.
Well, there is no place for music nowadays. You know, I mean, I've had so many people say to me, why don't you move to Nashville? I'm like, why? So I can be a tinier fish in a bigger pond of people writing songs? Right. Not to mention, like, that's all the stuff I don't want to... I'm not in the business of cranking out songs to give to other people because my songs don't fit on other people.
They don't. Right.
At all.
Right.
If someone was to ever cover one of my songs, I would be amused by it, but I would probably be very puzzled by the choice as well.
I've been thinking about it. Shit.
Well, great, do it.
But which one was it? God damn it, which one was it? Anyway, finish your point.
You should cover something like Snow White. You could probably sing it better than I can.
No. It's a very pretty song. Can people find that song so they can reference it?
It's on the an EP that I put out years ago called Shower Time, which is
very pretty.
It's both dirty songs and pleasant songs, I guess. It's when I recorded with Cal Terizzi in his bungalow in Berkeley. But yeah, something like Snow White is on all the streaming services, so people can find it.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll probably mention that in the Instagram story.
Certainly.
Okay. So
it's funny because this is the second time I'm kind of having this conversation today with like another buddy of mine who's a chef in San Jose who's fucking crushing it right now. It's just I think it's part of it's fear. Obviously, right. Part of it is fear that how can I ever even pay my bills? Right. How can I even sustain a life? How can I even participate in a life with a partner?
Patreon.com/Jefferson Bergey.
There you go. Great. Mm-hmm. And what is the application for my music other than playing comedy shows and putting together some stuff here and there? I mean, it's just really hard for me to envision a full-time life of me doing my stuff. And I guess that part of it is because I don't, there's a broken part of me that doesn't think I can.
Okay.
So it's easier to listen to the broken part.
So
and
you feel like
doesn't work.
in your fear, maybe, and not to turn this into a whatever, but then again, the last episode I did with Dave is like a fucking therapy session. So
I'm going to therapy after this. So I mean, there you go.
Do you feel like the cracks in like this? Do you feel like the cracks would be filled up with ego? Is that what what your brain says you're missing?
Huh. That's a good question.
Because I tell you, part of it, I think, for me, is the hubris to think that I could make it Now, I don't think that's blind because I'm better than everyone forever.
That's true.
But I also think part of it is the not that I'm not terrified and think, oh my God, I'm going to fucking fail and blah, blah, blah. But like, I have to give it a fucking, from me, from my, because we're not the same person, but for my own balls and my own dreams since I was a little fucking boy, I have to go for it or go the opposite direction.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it for me is I've always, I've never had a plan.
Okay.
I think that's a huge part of it. I got to college and I'm like, I guess I'm going to do music, but I'm going to party a lot and, get a degree and I guess I'll figure it out.
Right.
And that's when I thought I was going to be doing musical theater until I realized I hate musical theater.
You were just singing Jesus Christ Superstar.
Love it. There's like 5 shows that I absolutely adore and I get all the fucking feels from and I'm swept away when I see them.
What are the ones for you?
Okay, so Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Okay. All right.
Superstar is one of them as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are the other ones that really move?
You know what's one for me?
What's that?
I'm sorry if you hate it, but Sweeney Todd.
Oh, dude, all day long.
The music in that is some of the most beautiful fucking music ever
There's
written.
a couple of Sondheim shows that are incredible, but there's not enough of those shows that make me want to make a career out of auditioning. Like, oh, great, I just got a secondary part in Carousel. Can't wait. There's just so much of it I don't like.
Right.
And listen, I went and saw Hamilton a couple weeks ago. It was good.
Okay. I've never seen it.
It's good.
From the views that from the little bit I've dipped my toe in on YouTube, it just sounds like Linkin Park.
It's fine.
It's like weird fast rap mixed with other things.
It's fine. And so I look at that and I'm like looking around at everyone who's like losing their minds about it, and I'm like, this isn't not the same me either. I mean, honestly, my dream from being a little tiny kid, from seeing Starlight Express on Broadway when I was 7 years old, is putting together some sort of rock opera musical story with great music.
Hell yeah. The next American Tragedy, absolutely.
Something, but
right.
So for me, it was like I never had a plan, and the things that I thought I was into, it turns out I wasn't really that into it,
like girls.
No, it turns out that was always there.
You're gay. No, I'm just
in fact, if it wasn't for girls, I would probably be a better musician now if I wasn't chasing girls around as much as I did in my formative years.
You have a lovely lady here. Oh, I thought.
Oh no! I hit the jackpot.
Yeah,
hit the jackpot. But
she's talking like way too supportive of you.
She knows the words to my songs. But she's also the best critic of me too. Where if I write a song that's not funny, I'll play it for her and she'll be like, "That's not funny."
Nice.
And I go, "Oh, okay. I guess I'll throw that one out over my shoulder."
Right.
But I say all the time that part of my job as being a producer / consultant for one of the wedding band things that I do is that I'm a liaison between musicians and the clients.
Right.
So I'm helping the clients get what they're paying for and helping the musicians understand what they're getting paid to do. Mm-hmm. And because of that, part of it is because the clients don't speak music. Mm-hmm. And musicians don't speak English a lot of times, or any languages that people communicate in, because they're so good at their instruments. Right. And I wasn't in a practice room that much in my teen years and in my college years. Mm-hmm. I was out chasing girls around and partying. Right. And because of that, I've acquired great people skills. Right. And I'm able to speak and communicate with people. Right. That is a skill set of mine. Right. But I'm not the best singer or best guitar player because
I saw you in that role, and it did seem you did seem great at that role from what I saw at the showcase in Oakland.
Right.
I was like, okay, yeah, that's a fucking band leader right there. Yeah. Just very, not just enthusiastic and encouraging, but also very, next we're going to,
Yep.
And now it's no nonsense, which is good because musicians are like, ooh, shoegazing cocksuckers.
You got to keep their attention.
Especially you, Hogan. I'm looking at. No, I'm just kidding. He's the only guy I knew.
Which Hogan?
So the one who was playing bass. Is that Steve?
Oh, Steve.
Yeah. By the way, look up the fucking Hogan Brothers. Motherfucker.
Christ. Ugh. Seriously. Like I give those guys a hard time all the time because I'm like, here's $20. I said, here's the first $20 towards your Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm like, set it up.
Right.
Have you seen the video of their entire family?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw
it was some weird cover. I can't remember what it was.
St. John, I think, is the song.
Okay.
Ba, 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 ba,
Right,
ba,
the whole
ba,
family,
ba,
right.
ba, ba. They are a national treasure.
I had
family.
them. I wanted them on a show. They did a show with Miriam Spire at Ivy Room maybe 4 years ago, and Lizzie Carr and I did backup for Miriam that day, and I was like, this, especially the little drummer Julian, just like, I mean, all three of them are ridiculous musicians, but Julian is just like. He's literally like Animal. I swear to God, from the Muppets. He's amazing.
I think he's on my gig with me on Saturday.
He's so fucking
dude.
just.
So have you met Colin, the keyboard player?
Yes, only at gigs.
Dude, he's the mad wizard.
Yeah,
like I think only the pop people who are watching the video can see me do this, but like he'll do this on the keyboards and it'll make sense.
Right.
It like makes.
And he seems to have, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the show wise, he seems to have a big giant view of everything, and like so like he you know, he's got that big perspective. And then Steve is the ground. Steve is the not just in the fact that he has the fucking lowest instrument, but he's like the station. And then you know, there's Julian, just Animal, just you know. So the three of them symbiotically working together is fucking incredible to witness.
They are some of my favorite musicians in the Bay Area. Like I don't go out that much to see music when I have time off. But if I'm off on a Friday and the Hogan Brothers are playing at Jupiter, Steve and I are like, let's go. Yeah. And it is so rewarding. They're so great. Fun. They're so good. But I always tell them they got to start a Patreon. They got to do something because I want them to do more things. Right.
In fact, if you want to just look up their album, I know they're working on another one, but they did an album, a little EP. Oh my God, I'm just burpy today. Look it up on SoundCloud. Yeah. It's all over SoundCloud. They do an amazing cover. The Girl from Ipanema. My favorite though is "We Shall Overcome."
Oh yeah.
That dun 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 dun.
And the one they did, the Girl from Ipanema, I think that might be the one that they did it's Night in Tunisia and what's that Stevie tune? Too High, I think it is. Too high, too high.
I know which one you're talking about. No, it's is it not Fantastic Voyage?
I know it's.
Damn it!
It's Night in Tunisia and a Stevie tune that they combined together, and it is brilliant. You'll find it online. You'll find the video. It's great.
So how did we get on that fucking topic?
Would the cracks be filled if I had more ego? The answer.
Now it could be completely fucking bullshit, but I'm saying, is your mind saying that?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just lazy.
That's part of it, sure. You don't think I'm fucking? I'm fucking lazy too. Well, no, I work really hard. But still, for a lot of.
But I work really hard
right.
Too.
So you're not lazy.
I'm not lazy. I mean, I'm like Jamaican. I have like 9 jobs. You know,
that's so strange that the first race joke comes from Jefferson Bergey on a show like me, on this show. But okay, here's what it might be. I was talking to Lizzie the other day, and she was like, "Oh, you're gonna do great in New York. We've lots of conversation, blah blah blah." And she was saying, 3 out of the 4 musician friends that I had when I was out in NYU got deals, and one of them was an ex of hers who is a guitarist and musician who got a manager by playing at an open mic.
Yeah.
And he's an asshole, so you'll be great, right? So my question is, maybe it's not that we're not working hard enough, but maybe the work smarter, which is if we had managers or agents.
Yeah. And that's the thing is anyone who has a good amount of success out there right now has a good team around them. Right. And it's hard to have a team when you're not a fan of yourself.
Bullshit. That's what the team's job is to build you up. Because you're the fuel in their tank, not just monetarily, but true. You throw energy at them, they throw energy at you. You show them what you can do or ideas, and they go, "Oh, that would be great to blah 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 blah." Right? Yes. Just like Gowan does for me, the producer.
I'm really looking forward to working with that guy.
Do you already have a session set up?
No, because I'm trying to pay for the other stuff I have them finishing up already, but I'm going
Patreon.com/Jefferson.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going
Patreon.com/conservatish. You ungrateful.
He's actually going to be speaking with Sivan about some immigration stuff.
Oh, nice.
Pretty soon. So.
Oh no, he better.
No,
okay.
I think it's for his girlfriend or something like that.
She's actually on the album.
Oh really?
Yeah, Louise. Damn it, Mary Louise. Shit. I'm sorry, Gowan.
What is?
She did a backing vocal for My Old Man.
Oh, that's her.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
There's a female voice on "Say What You Want About It."
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's me, Gowan, and Mary Louise. I think is her name.
I can't wait to work with Gowan, man.
He's fucking great.
Yeah,
but anyway, he passes that energy back and forth.
Sure.
And because he doesn't have his ego going, no, watch what I can do. He's just like, okay, I give him all this raw bullshit. Not like I didn't have ideas, but I give him all this raw bullshit, and he's like, cellos or what, something in English.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and something in the voice of Scooby-Doo.
Right.
And he does what he does. And
Peter, it'd be really good to hear some horns.
That's exactly. I love that piece of shit, man. So a team can work. I mean, there are teams, agents. I mean, are you kidding me? They're built to work with insecure people. Artists are insecure people.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you know what? I remember having a meeting with Casey Turner years ago, and we were talking about people that come to him all the time and be like, how do I get a manager? How do I get a manager? How do I get someone to do this? How do I get a booking agent? And he's like, well, just focus on being good at what you do and go do things and be good at what you do in front of people. And that stuff will eventually fall into place. Because
that's nice to say when he's got a fucking manager, or he is a manager.
When he's an agent or a booker, or whatever.
But at the same time, you also have to do it in front of the right people.
Right.
It is a problem if I had not been ready for this album, because I wasn't ready for this album until I was ready with it.
Sure.
If I was the performer I was 6 years ago, fuck no.
Right.
My focus was go play at a shit ton of wine bars for very little money and just beat the bricks and just over and over play Part of Your World and just
Yeah.
But you've already put in that work to not be that unmolded clay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now it's time to show it to the right motherfuckers.
That's true. And I think, and that's why, and again, that's why I'm gonna let the Patreon be. I need to streamline it more because I want it to be about me putting out more music.
Right.
Just putting out more music, moving forward, putting out more music. As far as it's just a lot of question marks, and a lot of just bills to pay to stay around.
Right.
Right. And health insurance is expensive for no reason. And gas is expensive for me to play gigs. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to show the fact that it's confusing to think about where to put the time and effort.
Right.
Because you do a great job of being online and present, and you promoted the fuck out of that show.
We sold 145 tickets.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing. And I don't spend that much time online. It feels like such a chore to me, and I feel like such a fucking poser when I put up stuff a lot of times.
But you're entertaining, and you get a lot of, I'm sorry to sound like a fucking 13-year-old girl, but you get a lot of likes.
I get likes.
You get a lot of attention.
I'm the shit.
Yes, you are.
Facebook told me so.
Mary ate my sandwich. Actually, I posted earlier. A fan sent me a message saying, with a screenshot of something his wife sent him. It said, "Can you send me a clip of Mary ate my sandwich because somebody just ate my coworker's sandwich?"
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
I think it'd be funny if you got, who are some famous Marys out there?
Oh, to the video of Mary Tyler Moore.
Just a bunch of different Marys taking a sandwich from another person and eating part of it, and another Mary taking it.
Right. Well,
Mary Stuart Masterson
with those fake Fakenstein vids. You could do that.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the Nick Offerman Full House video.
Oh my God!
Isn't that great?
Oh. And did you see the Mike Tyson Family Matters?
Oh, that one's amazing too. That's
classic.
It's scary though when you think about what they're able to do now.
Oh yeah.
Well,
we're all fucked.
Well, you heard
talking about Black Mirror, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, you heard the clip of that computer generated Joe Rogan, right? Did you hear that?
Yes.
So how scary is that, man? It's the kind of shit they could probably do with you eventually because there's so much footage of you talking out there on the interwebs.
I'm telling you, and I was talking with Pollo about this. This is part of the reason why I did the podcast is because I don't want to be caught Meaning, I would rather be out there, just everybody know all the stuff that I say, the N-word, and that I, make race jokes, and that I have these weird opinions about Trump, or I do this, whatever. Yeah. I'd rather have it all out there rather than suddenly get canceled or whatever the fuck. Because it's like, I mean, they're going to try, but the people who are already sold on me, I'm not going to be embarrassed with my pants down, because my pants have been down.
It's like Doug Stanhope fans.
Yes. Doug Stanhope can say, fuck it. No one's going to try to cancel him because we already know who he is.
Yeah. Well, if Frank Zappa was still around, it'd be the same kind of thing.
Yes.
You know?
And I am the new Frank Zappa. I tried the facial hair thing. I might go back. Anyway.
That's good.
And plus, I wouldn't name my children weird names like that.
Would you make your kids call you Peter? All of his kids called their parents Gail and Frank.
Weird.
Yeah,
That's really
weird.
weird.
A bit of an interview with Ahmet Zappa on Bob Lefsetz's podcast recently, and Ahmet is the brother who's in charge of the trust,
right? And
has been fucking over Dweezil left and right, telling Dweezil he can't
make song. Yeah, he can't do the
Zappa
plays Zappa.
He can't call it Zappa plays Zappa. He has he's been a real dickhead about Dweezil playing Zappa's music and keeping it alive. And Ahmet's just about putting it out there and releasing more stuff and trying to make money. There's a lot of sketchy shit going on.
Is this still going on with Rhino Records or?
Yeah.
Is that a thing
Ryko?
anymore?
Is it Ryko Records?
Rhino? Maybe. I thought it was Rhino.
Yeah.
I had a copy of the compilation "Have I Offended Someone?"
Yeah, I had that
was
one
really
too.
that was really
had that great version of Titties and Beer on it.
Yeah.
That's also on a You Can't Do That on Stage volume. I don't remember.
And it ended with Yo Cats. That's such a. Now that I've worked with studio musicians, I'm like, that's great.
And isn't He So Gay on that one too?
Yeah. He's so gay. Yeah, that's offensive as fuck.
Dude, what's the Frank Zappa album that?
When do you got to go?
Stinkfish. Probably about half hour or so. So we should probably wrap in 20 minutes or so.
Sounds good.
There's a Frank Zappa album that I wasn't aware of that a friend of mine, I think it's called
Stinkfish. Yeah, it has that weird guy in a mask.
And he's speaking in Ebonics kind of the entire time.
Oh,
dude.
No. Oh no,
dude! If you look, if you look at the lyrics to that album, and you, it is.
But he had black guys in his band.
Yeah, so I think I can't. I remember. I think Ike Willis is the one who's doing the talking.
Oh, okay.
But dude, I should just pull up.
But is he making fun of black people, or a black character?
See, that is what is not clear. I'll just say it is. I wasn't aware of this album, and I started listening to it, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And my buddy's like, "Yeah." He's like, "This, this is not something that is gonna go."
That was a late '80s one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
early '90s even.
I'm gonna
it's
find
Stinkfish.
I think that's what it's called. Thingfish. Dude.
Oh no.
It's even got a guy in blackface, I think, on the cover
yeah.
of it. Dude, if I read you, let me read you some of the lyrics to Thingfish.
Oh no. I'll never stop loving him, but oh no.
Dude, Thingfish lyrics. You ready?
Oh God.
Let's do it. Oh my God. I'm just gonna read this to you without any sort of. I'm not gonna put any affect on my voice. Let's see. Once upon a time, must have been round October, few years back, in one of those top secret laboratories, the government keeps stashed away underneath Virginia an evil prince, occasionally employed as a part-time theatrical criticizer, set to working on a plot for the systematic genocidal removalence all unwanted, highly rhythmic individuals in sissy boys.
Weird.
Dude,
that's really weird.
What the cocksucker done whiffed up a secret podium, and right along with it, the atrocious idea that what he been boiling up down there just might be some final salutium to the white man's boidening of your acquire my drift.
Weird. Okay. All right. So first things first.
Thingfish.
First things first. That is a black guy singing that.
I hope
or
so.
talking it.
I hope so.
He had so many. He even did the fucking. That's why Goblin Girls was so. He makes the black guys wear the green light in front of the black guys, so it looks like they have fish scales all over their bodies. Like that's like he was aware and open about race with them.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That
didn't sound like he was poking fun too much. Okay, it sounded like he was poking fun, but
dude, this is
he even did that with what's the one? The one Dumb All Over.
Yeah.
A Little Ugly on the Side, where he said, if you're going up to heaven.
So here's what the story's album line is inspired by Broadway theater, AIDS, conspiracy theories, feminism, homosexuality, and African American culture. Oh yeah, there's a song called "The Mammy Nuns." Oh no, dude.
Are you looking up Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Right, what is it?
So there's got to be like
satire of white. What did it say? Satire of white Anglo-Saxon Protestant couple, Harry and Rhonda, who attend a play performed by the Mammy Nuns to find themselves confronted with their pasts.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Track listing. Let me see. The Torturum Never Stops.
Because he has a song that's The Torture Never Stops.
So, yeah, Terry Bozzio is one of the voices in the two. So, yeah,
He's
Ike
a
Willis.
white guy. Isn't he Terry Bozzio?
He's a drummer, yeah.
Yeah.
Ike Willis, was Ike Willis black?
Of course he was. Him and fucking Duke. What's his name?
George
Duke.
Yeah, Ike Willis. Yeah. Lightweight world boxing champion. Different
No, that's
Ike
Williams.
Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he is African American. Yeah. It is brutal. You listen to it and you're like, what?
Okay. But all right.
You should listen to it when you're driving across the country. You should listen to that one too.
I'm already going to be listening to The Artist's Way.
Oh, good.
You ever heard of Rodney Franklin?
Julia Cameron wrote The Artist's Way.
No, I know. Have you ever heard of Rodney Franklin? He's a great musician from. He lives around here, and he's a friend of Lizzie's and has become a friend of mine. He's a musician. Studied under who's the guy who did
Mozart.
No,
Beethoven.
No, the Herbie Hancock.
Damn.
Yeah, and he's an amazing pianist. In fact, he's playing tonight, but I can't go. If you go do yourselves a favor, look up Rodney Franklin, Genesis, A New Day.
Wow.
One of the most fucking great songs I've ever. It makes me angry how good it is.
Oh, I like that.
So, but he was saying a couple of things. We were on the phone the other day, and he said, as far as I'm driving, just go listen to The Artist's Way because it really helped him too. Yeah. But also that I was complaining to him, I was like, because all these people want to. I have these tropes about these ideas when people, what are you going to New York for? There's more opportunity and blah 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 blah. All this jerk off shit. But I'm like, ultimately, I feel way too vague about it. Yeah. Ultimately, I'm like, shouldn't I know what the fuck? Like, do I even know that there's more opportunity? Like, oh my god, right. I'm so vague about it. And he was like, no, that's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be vague about it, because otherwise you would start to put yourself in a little too much of a box. And besides that, similar to something Dave Chappelle said on the Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, when an idea pulls up, you just get in the car.
Yeah, I love that. So we talked about The Artist's Way before.
I think you told me about the morning pages.
Yeah, been doing it for 10 years.
Right.
Every fucking day. I'm telling you, it'd be a great way to document this whole transition in your life, man. You should start it Sunday morning before you drive on Monday.
Right.
Like, I'm leaving California tomorrow. Set the timer for 20 minutes or whatever. Stream of thought.
It's about 20 minutes?
I do 20 minutes.
Okay, because somebody said it was like 3 pages.
That's what it says. The actual Artist's Way said it's supposed to be handwritten 3 pages. My stream of thought is so quick and I type so quick. I use a program called Write Room that actually Joe Rogan introduced me to, which is just... Do you have an iPad?
No.
Okay. Do you have a computer?
Yeah.
Okay. You could probably get it for a computer where it's just it's a black screen. And it's a blinking DOS prompt kind of thing. And you are distracted by nothing. You can't see icons, things aren't popping up. And I set the timer for 15 minutes and I just write. And then I walk away from it. I don't judge it and I'll read it back. If something pops up as I'm writing it, I will pull it out and put it in a separate document that I call something like Jewels of the Morning Pages or something like that, because when a great couplet comes to my mind, or a little phrase or a way to describe something, like, oh, I'm going to use that for something somewhere, and that's exactly it. It's supposed to kind of conjure up things and knock some shit loose that you could possibly use, or it just helps you reflect and purge and move on. But dude, it'd be a great way for you to, and it's a practice.
Right.
You do it every morning.
Right.
You drink coffee?
Of course.
Drink your cup of coffee and write your morning pages.
That's one of those things. That's one of those things that I would, because I want to say, well, that's one of the areas I'm lazy. Because I did start writing it. I felt like the Stranger Things kid, but I'm lazy. We should fucking rip that apart, by the way, because fuck you. If you're gonna sing Never Ending Story, don't auto-tune it. Auto-tune did not exist in 1980 something. Let these little kids be little kids, but every fucking song needs to be tuned. Leave it the fuck alone.
Can I give you my favorite music trivia question?
What?
Who sang The Never Ending Story?
Some couple of blokes with weird hair. That's what I remember the video.
That's very true. So the answer to that question is Lamal. Lamal was the lead singer of Kajagoogoo.
Ah, okay.
I only know this because a guy who recorded an album with me and then disappeared in a some sort of meth cave, and I had to break into a studio and steal the songs back. It's a story for a different time. Was signed to a record deal, and I think RCA Records at the same time as Kajagoogoo. Like in the same room, Kajagoogoo was signing their deal. The piece of shit that I'm talking about was signing his deal. And I've just never forgotten that piece of trivia. Lamal.
Thank you very much.
You got it. Use that. You can fuck with people.
But when it's like that, yeah, that annoys me. Anyway, how do we find the breadcrumbs back to what we were saying before? Morning pages. Yeah, so I'm lazy, but at the same time, I did start doing it like, I think after maybe the first podcast we did together. I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And then I did it for like 2 or 3 times.
Well,
maybe.
then here's the thing is you have to, it's like quitting or starting anything else. You just have to go, okay, that didn't work. I'm going to hop back on. Okay, let's try it again. All right, let's try it again. And that's also how I know that there's something wrong in my life. If I see that I haven't been doing my morning pages, I know that I'm hiding something from myself. If I'm not happy with the way I've been behaving, I'm hesitant to put it in the morning pages.
You know what I think it is?
What?
Because I'm pretty attuned. We do not just the conversation with Dum Dave Walsh yesterday, but also with my friend on Monday, who's a massage therapist, and we just went. We always talk about really deep shit. So we literally had like a 2-hour conversation and then a 2-hour massage. It was just like a fucking lots of bottom barrel scraping. And one of the things is like I don't want to look at what it might be. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not there to look at. It's there to function as a practice.
But ultimately, I think the question is, because you're right, but do you feel like, because this idea of like, oh, I'm afraid of failure. Okay, I can wrap my hand around that.
Yeah.
Afraid of success. Okay, I resonate with some of it, but I think it's more just a fear of failure.
Being afraid of success is bullshit.
Okay, all right. Why do you feel?
Why? Because I think that really is a fear of failing. Because if you're afraid of being successful, that's like going, oh, I can't go play that game. What if I win?
I think it might be. It might have validity to it if it's in the way of, or a couple of different shades of it. One of them being, I got what I wanted, and I'm unhappy still.
Which happens to probably a lot of people.
Yeah, everybody. Maybe or different versions of what I wanted, especially lottery people, poor people.
Well, the fact that they're playing the lottery in the first place is sad.
Right. Said 2 musicians.
It's true. Like, I mean,
follow me. I'm
the idea of buying scratch tickets or lottery tickets is the worst. It's the worst.
I just mean we're gambling on our own fucking
right. That's true.
But I think it also might have validity in the idea that, okay, what if I got what I wanted and it turns out No, I can't think of any. I think it really is more just a fear of failure. Like when I think about going to New York, it's like I get there and I was a big fish, I'm not really even a big fucking fish here. I'm not even that. I'm a medium fish in a fucking gutter.
I'd say you're a nice trout, maybe a nice tuna.
Thank you very
Tunas
much.
are decent sized fish.
Right, very popular.
Very versatile too.
Oh yeah, that's why you've got Haters got like 1,700 views right now. Just fucking crazy.
It's great.
I don't know why that's happening.
It's great. I've watched it 1,600 times, so maybe that's part
what
of
it
it.
is. Maybe Xena's watching it.
So she's doing it in her crate right now.
Right. Fucking punching punching raw meat, getting ready to just fucking. Good God, it's hot in here. I think it is just fear of failure.
Man, I have no fears for you moving to New York. I think you're going to be great. I think that it's going to be rough at times.
Right.
I think you're going to get homesick for reasons that you can't even articulate now.
Mm-hmm.
That won't be clear until you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have seasons to deal with, which is going to be a challenge in itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting, man.
Right.
It's really exciting. I mean, I moved across country too. I moved from Chicago here almost 8 years ago.
Right.
It's the scariest thing, boldest thing that I've ever done. And it was also the smartest thing that I've ever done.
Right.
And I think that could be the case for you. Don't know.
Right.
But I'm excited for you because you're a great dude. You're full of love and joy, and people are going to gravitate towards you, and you're going to collect people. You've collected a lot of people out here in the course of your life.
Right.
You're going to collect a whole crew of people out there too. Right. And some of them are going to be good influences and some are going to be horrible influences, and that's going to be up to you to decide.
Ones with vaginas.
Are good or bad.
Probably bad.
You never know. You can meet the vagina.
Love you. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm starting to be goddamn ready for that shit. And when you cocksuckers need to get a fucking kid.
We need to get a kid.
I say that with love. I know you.
Anyway. You want that. You want to be a dad someday. I know we talked about that before.
Yeah,
we talked about how fun it'd be.
It's gay, but I really like it.
There's nothing gay about it.
I know, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's in the category of the hippie stuff with me. It's just like fine, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gooey inside.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean? It's that same shit.
That's me with dogs. That's me with dogs.
Really?
Oh, dude, the day
before you got Xena?
The day before we got Xena, the morning that we went to go get Xena, I was bawling in the shower because I was so excited and like so full of love and just was so ready.
But you didn't. Okay, but you weren't anti-dogs or not anti-dogs.
Absolutely not.
No one could be like anti-dog.
No, dude, I've wanted a dog ever since I had to say goodbye to the 2 dogs that I had with my ex-wife.
Right.
Dude, it was harder to say goodbye to those dogs than it was to say to her because they didn't know. They didn't know what an asshole she was.
Right.
They didn't know who was going to take care of them. And then she ended up
They didn't know if you were coming back.
She ended up splitting them up and she's a fucking horrible person. But
so you haven't talked to her since then?
Oh no. But since all that, I've wanted dogs ever since, and I've known that I couldn't give a dog a life it deserved, which is why the joke was always to my friends, I wish I was homeless. Why? And then I can have a dog.
Right, exactly.
So, being in a stable place now with Sivan and having some structure in our life, the fact that someone's usually home gives us, we knew that we were ready to do this, and we're committed to each other, and we're committed to having this animal and having this animal, rely on us, and it's a beautiful thing, and we're all about it. As far as kids, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of people out there already.
Yeah, but not enough. If there's less fucking Bergey, you cocksucker, well, you need to get a little Amit, you need to get a little Dweezil, a little Diva.
Oh my God. Knowing Sivan and I, we almost named this dog the Boognish. So
what's that?
The Boognish is the deity that rules all in the world of Ween.
Is that fucking face?
Yeah, with the spiky hair and the big.
We did a cover of a Ween song. I can't remember something about walking in a forest or by a lake or by a stream or by something late
Who's
at night.
we?
Me and Will and my brother Sam and our friend Gary. Have you ever met Gary Kotler?
I don't think so.
He's a great fucking guitarist, family friend. Does a lot of stuff for movies, scores and soundtracks and stuff.
Okay.
But he We did a Ween cover back in 2010.
Love that band. That's Sivan's favorite band.
I only heard that one song and I liked it, but I felt like I didn't want
There's
to
some
like
Ween that you will enjoy.
It just feels like a weird, almost like a Aquabats type of
kind of.
Okay.
Do you
do
they have a song called the HIV song?
Right.
Which sounds like a carnival song, but the only words are AIDS, HIV. Dude, you're gonna laugh your balls off.
Okay.
Let me ask you this: do you use Spotify? Is that what?
Mm-hmm. Oh, to listen to stuff? No, I only downloaded it recently so I could share it and promote it.
How are you gonna listen to stuff when you're driving cross country?
YouTube, SoundCloud.
So you're gonna be streaming the entire time you're driving.
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, I do have some downloaded stuff. The Invalids and Good Game.
I was just thinking about making a couple playlists for you because you
Yeah.
have lots of hours to drive.
Yeah, please.
And maybe I'll make you a Ween playlist.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jefferson Bergey wants to make me a mixtape.
I'm gonna use a yellow legal pad to map it all out.
Don't listen to track 2 first. Listen to track 1 first.
There's only enough tape for a short song at the end of the A side, and the B side needs to start strong.
At the beginning, it's your voice going, I made this just for you. I want you to. Remember, I made a mix CD for somebody.
That would actually be the funniest joke is to make a mixtape, and like half is just like, so I bet you're waiting for the next song right now.
Yeah.
There is no next song.
You know what? Let's talk about this. I know you have to wrap up soon.
Yeah.
What happened? I know it's no longer feasible, but remember secret songs? God damn.
There's
dude, secret songs.
There's 2 of them on my shit.
Really?
There's a secret song on my mailbox or on my shower time EP. And then there's a secret song on my Come For Me album that's called Secret Song Buried Here. And it's the only clean song on the entire album.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm going to posit right now that the best secret song guy, Beck.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking amazing. All of his albums like dude, he's so good, dude.
It's a lost thing. It's gone the way of album art and liner notes and all the fun things that we had as kids when we used to buy cassette tapes.
Right.
My hip.
Right.
I'm so old. I'm crusty.
I had somebody actually, a new fan from Florida, sent me $20 in the mail so that I can send her
Florida.
a CD.
That's so Florida.
It's very sweet.
I love it. If she's listening to the podcast, my address is 2639. Last name is Bergey. Bergey.
You're not allowed to pay in Gatorade and Anthrax. Okay, you have to pay in U.S. dollars.
You know that that Gatorade was named after the Florida Gators, right? It's a good thing it wasn't named after FSU because then we'd all be drinking Seminole fluid.
Get it?
My friend Victor Volta gave me that one. Yeah.
That's a sweet boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you, man.
I'm gonna miss you too.
Yeah.
It's a shame that we got to know each other so well so late in your California life, but it's still been a blessing to get to know you. You're my people now, so I'm gonna know you. I'll be at your funeral. Hopefully it's a long time from now.
It's probably next week. It's probably
Instead of crash somewhere.
I'm gonna be jerking off while I drive somewhere in Oklahoma. Fucking. I have to tell you, let's be real. I actually did jerk off while I drove last time I went through. Because how are you going to stay awake? It's hot. I don't have AC. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I literally just stripped down, and I'm like, stay awake. And I jerked off a little bit.
Great. Hey, man, just stay on the road, okay?
And that cop did pull me over because I was speeding.
The left lane is for passing. The right lane is for beating off.
There was no other cars on the road.
Mom,
don't listen to this part.
You're going to be fine in New York.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just a phone call away.
If you fucking I love you. If you fucking quit, I'm gonna break your fucking jaw. Okay, let me get real New York quick.
That means you gotta come back here to do so. Come break my jaw. All right, I won't quit. Don't worry. I'm not gonna quit. I'm just having a weird day. It's fine.
I know.
I'm allowed to.
No, you are. I mean,
I'm gonna go to therapy now and talk about it.
Right. If we didn't have ultimate fundamental insecurity, we would be, the confidence of hacks. Hacks have a lot of confidence.
We'd be actuaries and wouldn't be creative at all.
We'd be writing songs about like girl in a winter hat and world peace would be great, right, guys? Give it a chance. Go fuck yourself. I want to sing about fucking Mary. I want to sing about fist fucking.
I got one of those.
I know.
It's gonna have French horn on it because you introduced me to the French horn player. See?
Goddamn Katie.
See?
It feels really good to, as I'm unplugging, to connect all these people.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels really good.
Dude, and it's going to continue to happen. And,
Right.
If I can help make some connections for you in New York, I'm going to do exactly that. But don't be a stranger, man.
Yes, sir. I won't.
You go make us proud.
I'm going to be fucking famous. Anyway, continue.
There you go.
Maybe that's that ego you're talking about.
There you go.
But I know, okay, but part of it is having the self-confidence. We have to fucking, I know you're having a hard day.
He's going to be
But
famous.
you got big fucking music balls, motherfucker.
Thank you.
God damn it. None of these fucking little boys out here and little girls out, or little whatever they are, they're just not at your level.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I will parlay that into writing more songs about weird shit.
Thank you. We're the Hogans of singer-songwriters. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. Okay.
We're the Hogan Brothers of singer-songwriters.
Excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen, where can you find Jefferson Bergey's things?
JeffersonBergey.com. You can find me on Facebook and Funny Dog Videos on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find me at Patreon.com. Patreon/Jefferson Bergey, Bergey. I'll be performing at the next Body Storytelling on October 25th.
Awesome.
The theme of that one is going to be Wicked. I still have got yet to write the new song for that one, but I'm sure I'll come up with something inappropriate.
Yay.
And you can find me every goddamn Monday night at Scopo Divino in San Francisco, where I play a show called Risque. It's a free show, 7 to 9 p.m. I play dirty music. I play weird covers. I play an interactive game called Let's Negotiate a Cover, in which we negotiate into something horrible that I can sing for you. And you can have the Bergey burger there while
it's
you're.
delicious.
It is delicious. It's a fantastic burger, named after my jackass. And or again, you can find me in the bushes in front of your mom's house with my dog who's eating peanut butter off of a licky-pad.
Right. Instead of flying monkeys, you could say rimming monkeys.
Rimming monkeys.
Ladies and gentlemen. And your little dog, too. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Peter Feliciano. Go download the album. Go listen to it. Go stream it. I don't care. Daddy needs money. Okay. You can also support my podcast at patreon.com/conservatish. I mean, it's all goes into a bucket, and I use it for other things, too. Not just the podcast, but you know that. But...
He really does. I was about to pull the bucket, but it's actually holding the phone up right now.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I really brought a bucket into the right place.
Well, because the reason why I have the Patreon up, honestly, is not just because no one wants to sponsor me yet, but also because I want to stay. Imagine me saying nigger and all the foul shit I do, and all of a sudden going, this brought to you by Sattva Luxury Mattress. I mean, come on, man. Just fucking, I don't want to do that yet.
It's brought to you by Stamps.com. Stamps.com when you want to send hate mail to your favorite podcast.
ConservativePodcast@gmail.com. Please send me your hate. Please.
Cash for your record from Florida.
I want it. Think fishes. And that was a bad one. That was a bad one. Anyway, Instagram at Peter_Feliciano. Venmo at Peter-Feliciano. And I love you all very much. And thank you again for coming on the show. Love you, man.
Gong noise. Love you too. Good luck.
Bye, everybody. Eat shit and die.